Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the show. I am Leszek Maciaszek, and because I have nothing sensible, wise to say, they asked me that I will moderate everybody. So my task is to moderate everybody. In particular, I will be looking at my watch from time to time, and this would mean that perhaps it's time to stop talking. This is just information for the presenters at this session. Now, I am a software engineer, and in software engineering, everybody knows, not just in software engineering, any engineering, people know about state transition diagrams and state charts. And you know, we have states, we have events, we have actions, we have guarded conditions, and stuff like that in state transition diagrams. I am talking about it because, you know, one of the typical examples which the people give to students or exercises or, to students relate to design, to model state transition diagram for an elevator. And one object in elevator is a door. And the question is, in what states the door can be? And many students just say, okay, it could be in open state or closed state. And they do not recognize that there is an opening state as well, and there is also a closing state. So we are really in the opening state of the conference, to the degree that some, as you know, some events already ran yesterday and today in the morning. And as it happens, some of the presenters have been already, during this opening stay, they just entered the elevator and left it already home. So they even didn't wait for the open state to happen. So right now we are in the opening state, and we officially open the conference when we start presentations. But now I would like to introduce the organizing committee of the conference. Apart from me, there is Maria Ganja and there is Marcin Paprzycki, whom you, of course, know much better than me. And we're like three amigos. We are trying to do this event from year to year. This year, the chair of the organizing committee for this year, FedCSIS, is Krzysztof Jasem. By the way, yesterday we talked about letter J in Polish, so he is Jasem. If he was Spanish, he would be Hasem. If he was Portuguese, he would be Jasem. But he is Polish as Krzysztof Jasem. Now we do have perhaps other people to introduce. There is Paweł Skórzewski here, who is a chair of the, sorry, I made it wrong. So he is a chair of everything, and he is a chair of the organizing committee this year. And there are various people here with the red name tags, which I will not just list by names, but this is like a frontline support team. There are some people who are still sitting in the room, like our financial officer, Anya, is not here, right? Paweł Sitek is here? Okay, Paweł, you stand up because you are a very important guy. Paweł is an indexation and scientific ranking chair. So talk to him about getting more points for everything you're presenting here. And we have, of course, webmasters around and so on. And now I will ask Krzysztof to introduce our honorable guests and say a few words.
Thank you. Last year, I had a call from Marcin and Maria, and they told me, we would like to invite you to our conference in Prague. I said, well, I don't have a paper, I don't have a speech. What's the reason for this? They said, you know, we've just inherited a house in Puszczykowo. This is a small town near Poznań where I live, so we are going to be neighbors. And neighbors, you know, should do some nice things to each other. So as a nice thing, we want to invite you to Prague. And you know, you don't have to prepare anything. You don't have to think about any problems. We cover all the costs. And you just come. Well, that was the only time in my life that I was accepted for the conference, all costs covered. I didn't have to do anything. So I happily accepted the invitation. The conference was held in a beautiful place in the heart of the city. Then on the first day, there was a concert in a stylish brewery. And the banquet, the closing banquet, was held in an industrial space, very nice. So at the end of the conference, they asked me, Marcin and Maria asked me, how did you like the organization of this conference? Well, I had to say, it was splendid, this was fantastic, I loved it, everything was perfect. And they say, that's good, because next year, the conference is going to be held in Poznań, and you are going to be the chairman there. And they said, you know, you have to keep the standard. If you feel that the standard here is not kept, then don't hesitate to contact me. But if you feel that everything runs smoothly, then thanks to Paweł Skórzewski, who is dealing with all the things here. And I personally would like to thank the university, Adam Mickiewicz University, which is represented here by the deputy rector, Professor Marek Nawrocki. Please show up. My home faculty is the Faculty of Mathematics and Computer Science. We will be there in Morasko. This is 8 kilometers from the center. We will be there tomorrow for the closing banquet. And our faculty is represented here by the Deputy Dean, Professor Marek Wisła. We have a great support here from the city of Poznań, and the mayor of Poznań is represented here by Mr. Michał Łakomski. Please show up. And Poznań is the capital of the so-called Greater Poland Voivodeship. And the voivodeship is represented here by the director of the IT department, Przemysław Michalak. Thank you very much for your attention. And now I would like to ask Professor Marek Nawrocki, the Deputy Rector of our university, to say a few welcoming words.
Okay. So, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Rector, it's a great pleasure and privilege to welcome the participants to the Federated Conference on Computer Science and Information System. Welcome at Adam Mickiewicz University. This current period is very special for our university because the next year we will celebrate the centenary of the Poznań University, of the founding of this university. I think that is a good moment to looking back for achievements of our graduates. Marian Rejewski, Jerzy Różycki, and Henryk Zygalski, the former student of the Faculty of Mathematics and Science of Poznań University, deciphered Enigma ciphered machine. It was a very essential result in the field of mathematics and cryptology, but I think that this result was very important and had very practical importance. Nowadays, the importance of computer science and information system is quite obvious. So I wish all of you very fruitful and productive conference, many nice results and new ideas. And of course, I hope that you will bring home the most beautiful memories from Poznań, from our university. Thank you very much.
Now I would like to invite the mayor's proxy for Smart City, Poznań mayors, to say a few words.
Good morning, everybody. In the name of the mayor of Poznań, I would like to welcome you in our beautiful city. We are living in the days when the technology development is accelerating way more than in previous years. And you cannot talk about the technology development if you're not talking about IT development. That's why we are very happy that this field is connected with today's conference, and we are happy that this conference is taking place in our city of Poznań. I wish you successful discussions and do enjoy your stay in our city.
Well, and now a person who does not need any introduction, Marcin, he, like Martin Luther King, he has a vision. So he will tell us about the vision.
Thank you, Leszek. By the way, when we speak about the vision, I haven't been to Amsterdam recently, but I have been to Colorado, so visions come in Colorado very easily. And those of you who understand, like Professor Urban, know what I'm talking about. Okay. We are living not only in times when IT becomes more and more important, we are also living in times where big changes come to academia. I remember times when I was a student here, because, by the way, Adam Mickiewicz University is my first university. I got my master's degree here. And at this time, Professor Nawrocki and Professor Wisła were master's assistants who were teaching my colleagues. I never had classes with them, but at this time, they were teaching my friends who were at the same level as I was. So I'm sort of coming back home to Poznań. And we are living in times where big changes to academia that come are not necessarily very nice. Because at the times when I was a student, professors were expected to do research, to think, to meditate, to achieve results, and maybe from time to time publish when publication was ready. So there were professors at my time who were like working on a book for 5 years, and at the end of 5 years they published a book, and this was considered, wow, this is an important book that was published. And by now, in the modern academia, a person like this would be fired on the spot because this person is not producing points. We are living in the world of points. And by the way, it doesn't matter which country, probably you agree with me, think about your countries, there is some evaluation level that applies objective criteria, which means points. And it may be that those are not points, they are maybe named differently in different countries, but we are all about points, okay? We are supposed to deliver, which means that every year we are expected to produce things which will be turned into points. Which means, of course, now it goes to the point where we are even not supposed to go to conferences. I'm not joking. I mean, if you think about it, you are not being praised for going to conferences. You are supposed to publish in top-level journals that are run by 3 publishers or 4 publishers in the sciences, because you are supposed to publish in journals by Springer, by Elsevier, by Taylor and Francis, and maybe a few others, but those are the 3 that are important. And this is the only thing that matters. And then there are administrators who will evaluate us on the base of our publications. And they are not having any money to send us to conferences anymore. So we are, as scientists, faced with a choice. If I can go to one conference a year, should I come to FedCSIS? Or should I come to a very important conference that happens to happen on Mauritius? Or maybe on Fiji? There is a conference that happens on Fiji Island. And it's a very important scientific conference. And if my deans can send me to one, and I have a choice, Poznań and FedCSIS or Fiji? I mean, a very difficult choice, isn't it? So, ladies and gentlemen, vision for FedCSIS is to go against the grain, against the points. Yes. Well, no, we will not organize FedCSIS on Fiji. I promise you this. But I will tell you this. Yes, we are one of the more competitive conferences, even though we will never appear in core ranking. Those of you who are thinking, what about core ranking? Because everything has to be ranked by core ranking in Australia. I mean, they don't produce anything more but core ranking of conferences, and everybody wants to go to top core ranking. They don't evaluate multi-conferences. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have no chance to be top core ranking because we are a multi-conference. But we are a conference that has a specific role and vision. The role is to create, and I will use this word even though it may sound like overstatement, a family. There are people here who are with us since the beginning. I would like to mention Professor Kwaśnicka, Professor Markowska-Kaczmar, Professor Burdescu, Professor Korczak. Those are people who are repeatedly coming back because they know that this conference is unique. This conference is balancing the scientific aspect, where acceptance rate for regular papers is now for 3 years around 20%, and regular and short papers together, those that go to IEEE for indexation, is around 40%. So, as I told you last night, the Maciaszek factor is very important, and instead of core ranking, we have the Maciaszek ranking, which is a very important form of ranking of papers. And, but we also have a lot of social events. We are about interactions, we are about friendliness, about collaboration, about getting together, having lunch together, having in the evening events together, talking to other people and building something else, something that you cannot measure with points. We also have a long-term vision. Next year we will be in Leipzig. And I will tell you, this is the new phase. Last year we were in Prague, as Professor Jase mentioned. This year we are in Poznań. Next year we're going to be in Leipzig. And then we will be back to Wrocław. And then we're going to be either in Romania or in Bulgaria. Because the long-term vision for FedCSIS is to be in countries that start more or less at Estonia, and then they go through the Central Europe all the way down to Greece. And we will be moving around those countries because this is where we think our place is. So, ladies and gentlemen, you are at the best conference that money can buy right now in the world. Yes, we are not on Fiji, we are not in Hawaii, but I think that coming to our conference has certain advantages over those overstated and overblown, and this is marketing. Fiji is marketing. Hawaii is marketing. We are for real. Thank you.
Well, vision does not give you bread and butter, and Maria is about bread and butter of the conference.
Hello, everybody. It's my pleasure to be here. And I will tell a couple of words about our conference. First of all, I would like to start. I hope that I can start. To say thank you one more time for persons and organizations who helped us to make this year's conference a reality. So you can see the logos of these organizations and persons. Okay, about this year's conference. So we have 24 events, and these events are split on several subdomains from IT sciences. So you see our oldest event is Artificial Intelligence and Application Symposium, and several workshops within it. Computer Science and Systems, International Conference of Innovative Network System, Information Technology for Management and Business, very strong event, and with 3 sub-events inside, software system developments and application, and special event for young people is a doctoral symposium. It's a very special event, and it's, we are talking about it separately. Okay, so several words about competitions and winners. So we have 2 traditional competition. First, it's oldest competition within our conference. It's a Zdzislaw Pawlak competition for best paper and best student papers. This year we also have this competition, and if you would like to know who is a winner, please come tomorrow to the banquet and you will know about it. The second competition is a data mining competition. As you can see, it's a competition this year devoting data analytics related to video games, namely Warcraft games. I don't know what it is, but I have seen students who are playing in it. And tomorrow will be also announcement of who is the winner of this year competition. Keynotes. We were working very hardly and choosing the best keynotes for this year conference. Today you will meet with Jan Bosch and Władysław Duch. And tomorrow it will be Mehmet Aksit and Rory O'Connor. Thank you very much for accepting our invitation and coming to our conference. And now some very important information. Preprints. As you know, we are publishing during the conference time preprints. After the conference, you will have 7 days to fix all possible technical problems, some mistyping or extra authors or minus authors, something like this, but tables, formatting, pictures, and so on. After this, the conference proceedings with ISBN, ISSN will be published on the conference webpage, and you will receive email from Marcin ze Spammer Paprzycki, and it will be submitted to the IEEE Digital Library. And very often, some of you asked me about indexation in Web of Science. We don't know when it happened. Last year, it happened in 6 weeks after the conference. We hope that this year it will be faster, but it's something like a Totoloto or something like that. And one more important information. Please add the DOI, you know, this index DOI, to the cited or referenced papers in your publication. Okay, and one more thing. You have found in your bag very unusual device, and all of you asked me, what does it mean? And for what this device? This is a phone keeper for your car, if you have car, and you can montage it on air condition sharp or something like this. I don't know how, I did not try. I have no time, sorry, but you can try to do it, and the first person who managed to do it will receive some award. Let's go. CD. In your conference materials, you received a CD with last year concert. Please try to check it. If everything is okay, it's okay. If something is wrong, please come to a reception desk and change this CD. Photo gallery is already available. I hope that you received yesterday email with this information and with a link to the photo gallery. Certificate of attendance. If you need it and forgot to sign this checkbox during your registration, please come to our office, 1.4, it's the first floor, and we will prepare it for you. Social event. Today, it will be the reception and the concert. The concert group is a FedCSIS Blues project, featured with Dr. Blues, and we will have one more special guest, but we will tell you who it is at the concert. The group, it will happen in Collegium Minus. It's not far from here, something like 15 minutes by walk. If you are not sure where it is, please come to the reception desk at 6:30 p.m. and we will collect you and show you the way to the reception. This is a picture. Sorry for quality. I don't know what happened, but okay. And you can see it more or less how it looks like. And the red arrow show you the Collegium Minus. Tomorrow will be excursion and banquet. After excursion, banquet will be at the department of Krzysztof at the Morawska. The buses will collect people from the National Museum. It's Marcinkowskiego Alei 9. So please come. If you are going to go to the excursion, you are very welcome. Excursion will start at 6 here. So from 6 p.m. to 6:30, we will be waiting for participants and collect you in the group, form the group, and with pilot you will go to the city. And then at 7:30 p.m. The buses will be waiting for you near the National Museum. What else? Next year conference. And at this moment I would like to invite here the chair of next year conference, Professor Rainer Unland. Rainer, you are here. Please come here and tell us a couple of words about Leipzig and university.
Yeah, thank you very much. I've learned that this conference is not yet officially open, but we are already talking about next year's conference. I'm quite happy about it. It will take place in Leipzig. Leipzig is not that far away from the border here to Poland, so it's an easy trip even for people from here to Leipzig. There's a very good connection, train connection, and also Leipzig has an airport. So it's easy to get there. Leipzig also offers all kinds of accommodation very close to the city center, so from very cheap accommodation to also more expensive accommodation, whatever you would like to enjoy. Leipzig is a very historic place where a lot has happened in the recent hundreds of years. And I have learned from Martin that the environment and the location is very, very important. But on the scientific level, Leipzig has to offer quite a lot as well. As you can see here, famous scholars from that university. There's, for example, Leibniz, Goethe, Nietzsche, Wagner, and on the right, Angela Merkel. All of them have studied at that university. Okay, with the last person, we may have to talk about the quality, but right now she's doing well. There are also a number of Nobel winners who had studied at that university. So Leipzig has quite a lot to offer when it comes to environment. It's a really, really beautiful city, but also when it comes to research and science. In Leipzig, we have conducted a huge number of conferences, so we have a lot of experiences in conducting conferences. So therefore you can be sure that you will be able to enjoy the conference, but also to enjoy the city. You can find all important information, I don't want to repeat it, on the leaflet which is in your bag. What you actually see here on this picture is a university. So although the university is the second oldest in Germany, it is a very, very modern one. It has been renovated recently and it looks more like a new modern university, more futuristic university than an old one, but it is the second oldest in Germany. And now we would like to give you a short appetizer about Leipzig.
Yeah. So this is the city center. It's from Goethe's Faust. This was the university, some buildings in the city center. So it's just some impressions from the everybody here. So in this video you can see that we have very many new parts, new buildings, and also a lot of old and traditional things, a lot of cultural things like Goethe's Faust, Auerbach's Keller, which is where the scene with the devil took place, and we have some cultural things like concerts. All those golf people come to Leipzig once in a year, so every year in May, I think, and so many different things. This is the St. Thomas Church choir, so it's very famous around the world. We have lots of parties everywhere. In the city center, next to the university. So after the banquet, you can go to a disco or whatever. And stay there until the next day, so until you have your presentation. We have also big fairs in Leipzig, big congresses, and really very important, the Porsche Center, where you can also drive a Porsche, or you can drive a Porsche together with a professional driver, which takes the corners of 90 degrees with 200 kilometers per hour. It's really fascinating. Leipzig has a lot of logistics companies, and you can come by train, high-speed trains in Germany, the ICE. We have a lot of water around Leipzig because there was the coal mining around Leipzig, and then they flooded everything, and now we have a lot of lakes, a lot of rivers, and You can also play golf, but that's not mine. I don't like it. We have a lot of parks. Because of the water, there's a lot of green. We have forests, we have parks, we have small lakes, and and in the summertime, also now, a lot of people are in those parks and sit there and make barbecue and so on.
Yeah, so I can tell you, after reunification, Mr. Schneider spent a huge amount of money to restructure and renovate the city, and then he went into bankruptcy. Bad for him, good for Leipzig. So you can come to Leipzig to see all the beautiful things. I'm actually also not living in Leipzig. I'm a visitor as well, and I can tell you it is worth it. Please come to Leipzig next year. Start to write a paper already now. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you. I am glad, Rainer, that at least at the end you said you are not from Leipzig, but from Erfurt. I would like to introduce the guy who is, in fact, a mastermind for the Leipzig conference and pulling all the strings, Bogdan Franczyk. He just pulled the... He just pulled Rainer's string. Now, Rainer closed the conference in Leipzig, I understand. So now I can officially open the conference. We travel back in time, right? So I open the conference officially in Poznań with serious presentations. And as you notice from Maria, a short speech, she mentioned about our sponsors and partners, and our gold sponsor, meaning that most generous sponsor is given a chance to say a few words right now, and these are people from Intel, and please come over and say a few words.
We are on the same page. The conference is officially open. Whatever is said from now is official.